addicted to you. All of my attention I've been giving to you. Caught up in my feelings, I got feelings for you. Caught up in my feelings, I got feelings for you. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up, I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up, I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Add it up, told her if it's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up.
We are in Long Beach, at the bottom of a parking garage. Going through tech right now. We got finally showed up here, made a few wrong turns, but it's alright. We made it only 7 minutes late, but got the car on the scales. We're going through it, making sure it's all safe, ready to go, and once we get done here with tech, we'll go get checked into the hotel and finally get some sleep after like 2 weeks.
We made it with like 2 minutes to spare. He proved me wrong.
I think I fell in love with the bankroll. Pray up, get money, then we lay low. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up, I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso.
Top of the morning, everyone. My name is Branden Sorensen. I'm a professional Formula Drift driver, and today we're out here at Formula Drift Long Beach in the state of California. Gonna go burn some tires. We're going into media day today. Gonna get some super sick content for you guys, but stay tuned. There's a lot of action coming, and I hope you guys enjoy it.
We're at Long Beach, round one.
On track, now we gon' way up. W's as easy as a layup. Working late, stay up. Counting all the way up. Counting blessings, yeah, you know we pray up. Pray up. On track, now we gon' way up. Now we gon' way up. Now we going on track, now we gon' way up.
Well, I went to go into the burnout box to like warm up the tires and everything. Got on it to do like a little burnout and just heard the belts shred to pieces, and then the car died. And yeah, not too exciting, but we'll get it fixed and we'll be back out there in like 45 minutes.
He's so hands-on, he won't even let me touch the car.
Me and I love her, so if she wants something, it's never a bother. 3 little ladies, my babies, and 1 on the way. Now I'm stressing my mama. And don't try to play around, don't try to play with them unless you're looking for problems. So don't try to play around, don't try to play with them. My brother's out with the drama. 4 to 5 nights on the road.
It's 3, right? 3 belts?
Yeah, 3 belts, and took out one of the wires on the cam sensor.
Are you serious?
Yeah, just fixed it though.
You think it was just loose to begin with?
The belt? I figured out whenever I use a green belt, it comes off, and whenever I use a black belt,
Maybe you should stay away from the green belt.
Yeah. You don't say.
Smart man.
All right, I'll see you up there.
Good job, Branden. Keep up the good work. Good job, Chris. Good job, Branden.
I wake up, flex, thumb down that check. No drip this, tell him run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch. Tell him run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down that check. No drip this, tell him run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch. Tell him run it up. 9 out of 10 roll through my hands, I'm by my lonely. Turned to a savage, now my baby wants to hold me. I love my fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies. Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me. I'm number 1 up on that court, I'm Nick McGrady. The first one in, the last one out, can't call me losing.
Good morning, everyone. We are here, day 3 of Formula Drift Long Beach. We had tech and media day. I hope you guys liked that last vlog that we posted, but here we are, Wednesday, getting the rig all set up. We're gonna get the cars under there, check them over, make sure they're all good to go, but we're out here. We just got our credentials and everything else, and yeah, that's it for today.
Had no need to fight tonight.
Alright, so we're here doing a track walk at Formula Drift Long Beach. If you look at me right here, this is right about where the initiation point is for this track. And if you look down this line of sight right here, it's completely blind. So we're coming in almost 65, 70 miles an hour into this turn, completely blind and pretty much just throwing it at another wall around this. So our main goal is to be almost touching this wall right here. And this entire track is just wall to wall to wall to wall. Everywhere you look is just walls. So in the car, super intimidating, super challenging, but we're gonna go through here, try and touch this wall, and if we can get this one just right, it'll set us up to be on track to hit the clipping point all the way over there. But like I said, first turn is completely blind, can't see anything, and it is the gnarliest track in Formula Drift probably. All right, so once we finally get around this first turn, our line of sight opens up and we can see this wall right here. On this track walk, we're looking at the ground, the consistency, what it's gonna change to the car, how it's gonna affect us. If you look over here, the ground is like super rough, our tires can stick to it super easily. But as we get closer to the wall, right here, you can see the ground is like almost shiny, super smooth, and right here, the car pretty much just turns into ice. When this track is not a racetrack, it's actually a parking lot for an aquarium. So normal cars park here, leak oil, whatever else, everything that you can think of. All right, so once we get past this second outside clip right here, our line of sight opens up and we can see this clipping point, outside clipping point right here. Our job for this entire track is to clip our rear bumpers on every single wall that we can see pretty much. So we're gonna go through here, click this outside clipping point, and then as soon as we get past here, we're still blind coming around this turner. And once we get right around here after the clipping point, we open up and we can see the next outside clip that we're supposed to be hitting. So we come through here, try and hit the outside clip obviously, but like I said, on the track walk, we're looking for any different consistencies on the ground, anything like that. So we try and find visual references for us. So we'll see once we pass that clipping point, we're gonna wait about 1 second, 2 seconds, and then we can open up and we can see the next clipping point. So I mean, pretty much every single one of these walls, as you get closer to it, the ground gets more slippery and slippery. So timing here, line, everything else is super crucial. But as we come around this turn, we head into the final right-hand hairpin, and we decelerate a bunch. Following through here, it's super hard because as you come through all of this smoke, you essentially just see like a car parked next to you, and you have to judge how fast they're going, how much they decel, and then right back on throttle right next to them. But this whole track's super tricky, like completely blind, and yeah, like I said, one of the hardest tracks on this circuit probably, but it is super exciting. The fans are awesome, and it's really cool to be able to compete next to other events like IndyCar, Super Stadium trucks, and everything else. But it's gonna be a super exciting round, and I'm excited to show you guys.
We had a team meeting this morning. We delegated jobs to see who's going to do what they are required to do. Basically like corners, stuff like that when the car comes in, basic overall rules of make sure nobody touches the car in a 5-minute, just all the basic FD stuff. It's not too important, but throughout the rest of the day we've been going through and matching all the spares. We got a little bit of seat time during media day, get the car dialed in pretty close to where we're going to want it. And then from there, matching all of our spare corners. This track is really tough on cars. It's just wall, wall, wall. So if he hits one, parts don't like walls. Walls always win. So I'm just matching, like I just matched our spare coilovers to the exact same settings that we have on here. I'm doing the same thing for all of our arms, so our alignments are all matched. So if something happens, we just swap the parts over and make small adjustments versus sitting there cranking stuff in for the next 5. We only have 5 minutes to do whatever we can. 5 to 10, depending on who's at fault, whatever. Not important. But yeah, I mean, that's all we've been doing today. It's just going through, delegating some stuff. We got a parade coming up here soon. Going over the car, just nut and bolting it. And I mean, it's not going to be like ripping. We're just cruising down the street. But so you want to make sure it's good no matter what you're doing with it. But yeah, I mean, that's it. We're going to do that, finish cleaning up the car, finish cleaning up the pits or whatever, and then probably call it an early night and go enjoy the parade here in a little bit.
I'm cleaning the windshield because it's all Branden lets me do.
¿Quieres casar conmigo?
No!
No? ¿Por qué?
Don't you? Don't you? Don't you never let the start a war? I just guess I should have let you in. Don't you never let the start a war? I just guess I should have let you in.
So pretty much came out swinging. Second practice run. The run was going super awesome, touched almost every single wall on the track, and then coming into the last outer zone, I pretty much just hit a slippery spot on the track, wrapped the car around, and the front end came into the wall. And Chris Forsberg was behind me, like 4-5 seconds behind me because it's practice. We were like keeping a huge gap between everyone, but I spun out, got completely lost in the smoke, didn't really know what direction I was facing. And like I said, the whole front of the car was pretty messed up, so I couldn't drive anywhere or move. And I was sitting there in the smoke, like completely blinded, and I just hear a car like full throttle just like coming, and I was like, just started bracing myself. I was like, oh no, this is really gonna hurt. And then I hear, it sounded like the car went by. You got it. Yeah, so it sounded like the car went by, so I was like, all right, I'm clear. And then just out of nowhere, pretty hard hit into the door. Sorry to Chris Forsberg, I made a mistake in the front, and he got caught up in it, but that's just part of drifting, happens to everyone. But yeah, I mean, after that, got the car all fixed up, crew was on it. Everything in the front end was messed up. On the driver's side, pretty much the entire car was messed up. So we folded the A-arm in half, broke the tie rod, broke the subframe, our rack got messed up, folded in the frame rails a little bit for our shock bucket. And so like the car was really in bad shape.
Well, here we go, Branden Sorensen, 17 years young, picked up a new sponsor, United States Air Force. Branden Sorensen coming in, comes swinging into view of the fans. Doesn't get all the way out there, nice snappy transition. Very tight line. Not the line we are expecting from Sorensen. Just a real rising star here in Formula Drift. Him and his sister, Amanda Sorensen. Amanda Sorensen will be competing in Pro Spec.
Really smooth. I'm guessing that there's more grip in the track right now than people are expecting, because we're seeing a lot of drivers in a row here not being able to achieve zone 1, 2, or 3. Now, again, these are zones that require exact precision. You want to get right out there to the point where you're scraping your bumper, but these drivers have so much grip built into their cars to go really fast. The question is right now, who are they going fast for in qualifying, you know? Loosen the car up a little bit and achieve the zones.
Yeah, and what's interesting is you know, after practice earlier, in between this and practice, Branden went to the wall. He spun out going from outside zone 2 into outside zone 3, backed it in. Forsberg ran into him, and I talked to Branden and said, what's up, man? Like, what happened? And there's a 78 there for Branden Sorensen, but he says, real slick out there. But what we just saw looked like he had plenty of grip. toe-to-toe through the start chicane as long as they don't hit a cone. There we go. We got a clean start. Here we go. Ryan Latain and Forma Gym fans. Here we go. Ryan Turk initiates in that first outside zone. Pulls a little bit of hand brake in that first outside zone. Coming in view of the fence. Nice job. Gets all the way out there. Let's see how transitions. Doesn't go all the way deep. Neither is Branden Sorensen. Now Ryan Turk in that third outside zone brings it on close. Branden, good proximity. Now through the touch and go into that final inside clip. Really well done by both the guys. A great way to start our top 16.
But overall, a great run
that
for
angle.
both of them. Yeah, the angle is phenomenal there. And I'm really surprised, or not surprised, sorry, impressed by Branden's ability to stay with Ryan all the way through this run without making any major compromises. Branden, I believe at his young age, is truly a sponge out there. He's soaking up everybody else, what they're doing. He watches and he says, oh, I'm supposed to do it that way, and then he mimics it. He's at a very high level for his age already. Imagine in a few years with the experience that he's going to gain.
A few years, it might be this year. Sorry to cut you off because, I mean, the Sorensens, both him, his sister, and their younger brother, are just riding two wheels. They're riding in the dirt. They're going karting. Even Amanda has driven monster trucks. So just the driving acumen of them is definitely awesome. So here comes Branden Sorensen out front. A little slow trickle there out of the box. And let's see how they handle it. Branden Sorensen, a little swing right in front of that Toyota GR Corolla, now coming through into that outside zone. Branden gets out there. Now Ryan Turk, you see him taking a little bit of a line here, but how is he affected on front? So now Branden Sorensen into that touch and go. Now coming in that first inside clip and the only inside clip. Little deep there for Turk. I want to take a look at that first, where he initiated, as well as that first outside zone.
So let's look here at the outside zone 1. You can see that Turk was closer there. I think Turk and Sorensen were maybe almost even on 2, but 3 is where the big difference is. Branden was quite a bit off of outside zone 3, and right here you can see the both of them coming in and just tapping that inside clip with their bumpers, not knocking it over, just kind of knocking it out of its little box, and there's no real foul on either one of them in a major way in the inside clip 1 area.
Slide him left for Ryan Turk, right for Branden Sorensen. 1, 2, and 3. It's unanimous.
I do it again. Add it up.